But Allah says they think we're just going to be dust, and Allah says no. And then we have Kitabun Hafid. We have a book, Kitab, which is a Lawh al-Mahfuz. The Lawh al-Mahfuz has everything. One of the most amazing things of our time, and you have to consider this, is that nobody had this idea of having all your information in one thing, right? And Allah says, سَنُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمْ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ. We will show them our signs in themselves and on the horizon until it becomes clear to them that this is true. I mean, if you look at this, just this machine, the amount of information that you have access to, just from, and this is like a lawh, the actual shape of it. It's like a lawh. The amount of information that you have access to just in this machine. And then this is just what we have access to. What the intelligence community has access to is a whole other thing, because all the telephones are being monitored by computers. They have supercomputers that monitor all the telephone. They have keywords that if they pick up, if they hear in their words. Now they have AI that can do instantaneous translation, so they don't need to have translators actually listening in and doing these things. This is all human beings with these pea brains. We look very clever, but in the grand scheme of things, we're very insignificant. And people, this is the thing of the time we're living in. There's so many signs. And so this idea of a Lawh al-Mahfuz, where all information is contained, the fact that Allah has shown us this miniature example of this, where they believe they're going to put all human information, everything will be available to everybody instantaneously. All the 25 million books in the Library of Congress, all human information that can be researched and accessed almost immediately. And then Allah says, بَلْ كَذَّبُوا بِالْحَقِّ لَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ فَهُمْ فِي أَمْرٍ مَرِيجٍ. They deny the truth. They deny. This is takdeeb. This is one of the hallmarks of kufr, is to yukadhib, is to deny it. It's not true. It's just asatirul awwaleen. And this is an ancient, again, many prophets were belied. They were attacked by their people. They say these are just the mythology of the past. That's their view. It's just mythology. You're believing in fairy tales. There's a British atheist who has made a second career. His first career was in science, but he's made a whole second career on this idea of imaginary beings and how ridiculous it is for people to believe in imaginary beings. And he goes around telling people that you believe in these fairy tales, but if it helps you get through the day, that's okay. Just don't try to tell me about that. And these people have always existed. There's nothing new about these people. They existed at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. They existed before that time, and they've always been there. And so, لَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ فَهُمْ فِي أَمْرٍ مَرِيجٍ. They're in this doubt. So they say, oh, he's kahin, he's sha'ir, he's majnoon. They don't have any one thing they're fixed on, and even the same one person will change his view about the Prophet. One of the things that the Mufassirun say is that anybody who either if you deviate from the truth, you will always be in a type of amr marij, that you'll be in a type of confusion. That if you're not straight, if you're not following the truth, you will become confused. And then أَفَلَمْ يَنْظُرُوا إِلَى السَّمَاءِ. This is a really important thing, because I think one of the main reasons why we have so much nihilism and so much lack of belief is artificial light. And it's very interesting that we call it artificial light. The fact that we call it artificial light, it's not the nur that Allah created. I mean, He did, in the sense that in Allah khaliqu kulli sani'in wa san'atihi. Allah creates every maker and what he makes. But it's artificial in that we invented it, and these are human products. Whereas the light, the natural light of the stars, have been put out. One of the words that you can use to translate أَفَرَمْ يَنْظُرُوا إِلَى السَّمَاءِ, have they not considered the sama? Haven't they considered the heavens? فَوْقَهُمْ, haven't they considered the heavens فَوْقَهُمْ, above them? The word consider is from a Latin word, which is sider, which means star. And so to consider something is to reflect on it deeply. And the thing that humans have always reflected deeply on is the heavens. And all of our sciences come from reflection on the heavens. Mathematics, لِتَعْلَمُوا عَدَدَ السِّنِينَ وَالْحِسَابِ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put a reckoning in the skies so that you would learn mathematics. So the loss of the stars, they've been put out. You go out in the night sky, you don't see stars anymore. When people can see stars, it will force them to reflect. It's the nature of the stars. That's why in the Timaeus, Plato actually says that God created sight so that we might look up at the heavens and see the stars and see the perfect order of the heavenly world, that we might want to bring that order down into the disordered world of humanity. Like to align ourselves. This is this vertical alignment with the heaven, to align ourselves with the stars. And this is why if you look at our prayer, it's all based on this alignment with heavenly bodies. Our prayer is based on alignment with heavenly bodies. Our fasting is based on alignment with heavenly bodies. We break our fast with alignment with heavenly bodies. Allah is telling us, look at the sky. That's how you determine your prayer times. Look at the moon. That's how you determine. مَوَاقِيتُ لِلنَّاسِ وَالْحَجِّ. Like this is how, it's the heavens that we order our lives with. Our spiritual lives are ordered with the heavens. وَبِالنَّجْمِ هُمْ يَهْتَدُونَ. By the stars they are guided. So what happens إِذَا طُمِسَتْ? When نُجُوم إِذَا طُمِسَتْ, when the stars are put out. I mean, this is one of the signs. Al-Ghumari said that sign wasn't for the akhirah, it was for dunya. Like the nujum have been put out. So Allah says, consider. Reflect on the sky. كَيْفَ بَنَيْنَاهَا وَزَيَّنَّاهَا. And we ornamented it. We ornamented it. So there's a zina in the heavens. وَمَا لَهَا مِن فُرُوجٍ. There's no gaps in it. So haven't they observed the sky above them? How we have constructed it and adorned it without any gap in it?